It's crazy because about a month ago, I was in a very similar situation as Kimmy and Maurice. Y'all want to talk about it? Cue the music. Oh yes, bitches and hoes. I'm back.
I drop a player like it's nothing, it ain't working out. Now no debate up for discussion, bitch, I'm walking out. My time is money, I ain't loving, let you toast it out. Flip my weave and walk it out, look how I just bossed it out. Now come on baby, why you bugging, we can't talk it out. I keeps it moving, I ain't tripping, lost another spouse. I'm just a boss, it's in my blood, no I won't scream or shout. Grabbing my keys.
Cause oh yes, bitches and hoes, I'm back. Back with another video. We're here to discuss Love and Marriage Huntsville season 5 episode, I don't know, 5 or 6. Sorry I had to get that on my teeth, but it'll be down there right in the description. Let's get into it. So the episode opens up, the guys are playing basketball. Courtney invited all the guys out to play basketball. He said that's his thing, welcome to his house. Okay, Courtney, you're the big one, but go ahead on. So Courtney gets a confessional. Shout out to Courtney. We heard him say 2 words all season. Now he got a whole confessional and trying to get the guys out. Go ahead on, Courtney. So all the guys arrive. Marceau he always in competition mode. Martell said he don't really do no basketball. He said, but Courtney do have hops or whatever, or hoops or whatever you want to call it or whatever. Big Lou looking like I ain't signed up for all that. You know what I'm saying? But either way, they play a game and they all look like trash. Maybe it was just an off day for Courtney, or maybe it was just editing, but they all trash. But either way, they sit down and have a seat. And Marceau brings up the fact that, you know, guys can have their issues, but then we move on. Like, women don't typically do that. Men don't hold grudges. We could fight today and be cool tomorrow. I wish women were like that, because as a woman, I can't do it. I'm going to hate you for life. How Cardi B said, if you got beef with me, you got beef forever. I'm with Cardi on them. So Courtney tell the guys that he's getting the girl, Stormy's going to be getting all the girls together for the peace party and ask them if they heard. Now, they was like, yeah, I heard. But make sure Stormy gets security down there because them girls is a mess. And, you know, even Courtney had to realize that, look, I know women don't forgive like men do. They typically, you know, hold grudges and all of that. But, you know, Stormy's on her peace mode. She's on her peace treaty trip. And she wants to get the girls into peace. Girl, that ain't going to never happen. But anyway, Maurice opens his chauvinistic mouth to say he, not him and Kimmy, he is starting the first black title company down there in Huntsville. Oh. You ain't say we, you said me. I'm doing it. Maurice, anyway, I'm not even going to do it. Anyway, so everybody shout that out. Courtney said he want to get into commercial real estate. Now, you know, that's Marceau's thing. That's what he do. You know, he get in his confessional and say, look, I don't mind helping Courtney. You know, Courtney, I'll hook him up and show him the ropes like I tried to do with Martell. And it didn't work. But see, Martell ain't had no license. That's like trying to teach him how to drive on the interstate. He ain't got no license and he ain't got no motivation. You should have been talking to Mel, not Martell. But anyway, yeah, Marceau don't mind helping him. But now Courtney asks Martell, how's it going with the co-parenting? Martell's let the guys know that, hey, look, me and Mel, we actually doing good. We're going to take the kids on the trip together. Now, this kind of divides the guys. And it divided me, too, because I could see both sides of it. Like Maurice and Marceau was like, don't you think that's going to like confuse the kids? Like, they're going to think that y'all are going to get back together, or maybe give them optimism that y'all are going to get back together. Because like Marceau, he said, when I was a kid, my mom and daddy got divorced and they would go on dates and we would be in the room like, you think they're going to get back together? You think they're going to get back together? He was like, you know, kids typically sometimes they want it so bad that they just assume. Maurice even came up with the fact that, which was smart, not smart, it was really true, but he said, you know, when him and Kiowa was divorced, he said him and Kiowa been divorced since Masa been 3. He said, and Masa would always ask, it's just in the true nature of children to want their parents to be back together. I don't know anything about that struggle, you guys. My mom and dad have been married for 40 plus years, okay? It's been a lot of fights, it's been a lot of fussing and all that. But they stayed together like Al Green. So I can't really relate like that. But at the end of the day, if I were a child and my mom and daddy got divorced, I would feel the same way. Martell said he's just trying to do what's in the best interest for the kids. He ain't about all that other stuff. He's just trying to be a good father. We all learn as we go as parents. I know I'm guilty of it. it is what it is. Like, you don't know what's going to happen, how it's going to happen. You just try to make sure you do what's in the best interest of the kids. Luke goes in and say, well, you know what? I think it's good. Y'all not at each other's throat. The kids get to see y'all healthy together. Like, that's going to be good for the kids. I'm here for it. So I understand both sides. But if I'm a child, I'm not going to lie. I'm going to have that optimism too. Like, oh, mom and daddy going to get back together. It just seems like natural. Marcel said his kids are smart enough to know the difference. They are smart enough to know the difference, but they still kids and y'all still their parents. I mean, it ain't got nothing to do with intelligence. It's just the emotional part of humans, especially children. Let's move on. We move to the next scene. Stormy and Mel go down there shopping for crystals or sound bowls. I don't know what the hell they down there in that store. Well, you know, it's all zen and all of that. So they get down there. Mel tells Stormy, you know, girl, you know, we had that dinner. We all decided at the dinner, all the Holtz, the Scots, and the, you know, everybody else, that we are not going to do the social media thing. We only going to address each other in person. We are not doing that no more, and that's going to help control the people around us and whoop-de-whoop-de-whoop-de-whoop-de-whoop. So, but she's not optimistic that Tisha's going to follow through with what she said she going to do. But at the end of the day, she keep preaching she don't want to be friends. Girl, all right, fine. So now Stormy was like, well, girl, speaking of friends, I want to do a peace party. And so Mel was like, a peace party? Who all gonna be over there? You know how when niggas ask who all gonna be over there, that means you say the wrong name and they ain't coming. So she named all the girls and Mel was just like, I don't know if I'm gonna make it. Yes, you will, girl. You need the money for that scene. Stop acting crazy. Let's move on. Marceau and Courtney meet at the hotel. Okay, Marceau brings Courtney down to a hotel that he built. He said he built that hotel, a couple other hotels, apartment complex. Like Marceau get into the real estate, the commercial real estate bag is what is going on. So he brings Courtney in there and was trying to talk to Courtney and saying, look, because I need you to be on board and actually be willing to learn and, you know, and take in what was going on. Because Marceau will be the subject matter expert in this field. Courtney will be the man with the money, basically. So Courtney said he's willing to learn. He ain't trying to come in like he know everything, because he don't. He's willing to learn. So now Marceau was like, okay, so what is it exactly that you want to do? And he said, man, look, I'm trying to flip. I don't want no investments. I don't want to open it. I just want to build it and sell it. Now, Marceau was okay with that, but he was just like, I hope he ain't going to be that type of person calling me, asking me about money, because it takes time at the end of the day. But Marceau brings up a good point. He said, you know, commercial real estate is different from, what's the other kind of real estate? Regular real estate shit. I can't remember. He said, because with commercial real estate, you're not just selling the building, you're selling the business. That makes all the sense in the world. So he was just like, it's just going to be a little bit of a different dynamic. So, you know, he's willing to learn all the ropes. So now he asked Courtney, he said, is this going to be just a you thing or a you and Stormy thing? And Courtney was like, shit, I don't do nothing without my baby. And Marceau was just like, oh, Courtney, you probably don't do nothing without your baby because your baby is the bank. What does Courtney do for a living? Somebody out there in the land of the lands, tell me what Courtney do for a living, and don't tell me nothing that encompasses Stormy. How does Courtney make money? Independent of Stormy. Drop down in the comments and let me know. He looked like a kept man. But anyway, so he said, yeah, him and his wife, they do everything together and they made a lot of money together. Marceau's whole thing is, I don't think me and Tisha, that's cut out for us. You know, that ain't really our little job or whatever. You know, she do her thing, I do my thing. You know, it is what it is. Courtney said, well, me and my wife made $20 million. Marceau said, well, I made $7 million on my own. He said, well, if y'all would have worked together, you could have made double. Marceau said, I disagree. I disagree too. Let me tell you why I disagree. Because first of all, everybody's marriage dynamic is not everybody's marriage dynamic. Let's just call it what it is, number one. Number two, Marceau is the breadwinner over there where he at. Yeah, he don't want to make the most money. The dynamics is different. They already got their dynamic set. She is the person who do all the cooking and cleaning and going to school and all of that. And Marceau is the primary breadwinner. That's just what it is. And those gender roles spill over into their business. Now, Courtney can't understand this because he walked into a bag when he got with Stormy, so he don't really grasp the concept of Marceau. Even though he is chauvinistic, Marceau's chauvinistic as hell and misogynistic and all of that. He don't grasp the concept of Marceau not doing everything side by side with his wife. Now, in Courtney's defense, because Courtney was just like, I mean, you just don't like working with women. I mean, maybe it's just your wife, I don't know. But you don't like working for women. He don't. He misogynistic, but he done paid the cost to do what? Be the boss. Now, he's the primary breadwinner. He get to say, he get to make the rules. And guess what? Some women are okay with that. It is what it is. But Courtney, you talking about throwing a check at it. You better check with Stormy before you move any further. Let's move on. We move to the next team. Okay, this is the scene that touched me the most because I literally was in Maurice's situation a little over a month ago. So boom. I'm going to tell you what happened in here and then I'm going to give you my experience. So, okay. Maurice and Kimmy are downstairs. They've got their theater room finished. And they just want to go down there, relax, and watch movies. Maurice said he wants to do that because Kimmy's been going through a lot lately. And this is where we find out Kimmy found a lump on her breast. She found a lump on her breast. And as a nurse, she was scared. So she kept searching and she found one on her lymph node. That's under here. She said, and it was double scary because, you know, typically here is scary, but here and there, that's terrifying. She's been trying to be strong for the family. She don't want people worrying about her. She don't want all of this to happen. She just wants to act like it's not that bad, and then it won't be that bad. That's Kimmy's rationale. I love the fact that Maurice was like, you know, when you first found all this, you was just like, well, let me just go back into my own space and crawl into my little hole or whatever. He was like, but you're a strong woman, but you don't have to be strong. You don't. You do not have to be strong. Let me be the strong person for you. Let me put this load on my back. Maurice, listen. Maurice and Marceau are misogynistic as hell. We all know that. They identify very heavily with male domination, right? There's pros and cons to everything. That right there is the pro to being misogynistic. Hear me out. I'm not saying that it's right that they sometimes view their women in certain ways or tell them they can only do this and that and the third. The fact that it was his innate response to step in and say, I got you, you've been strong, let me be strong, they don't make them like that. Not many of them. It's hard for Kimmy to relinquish that strength because Kimmy is coming from a place where she's always, you know, been forward tough. That's me. I've always been forward tough. But when I break down or when something's really wrong with me, like I even have this issue sometimes with my boyfriend. Like he'd be like, put your big girl drawers on. And I told him, I said, sometimes I'm fucked up. Sometimes I ain't got the big girl drawers. Like, but the thing is, so this is how I want to phrase it. My boyfriend isn't misogynistic. He's not one of those guys. He's a guy's guy, don't get me wrong. But he's not one of those guys who feel like, as the man, blah, 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 blah. As the man, blah, 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 blah. Now, don't get me wrong. He's from Georgia. He got some of them little ideals, but it ain't as bad, right? So he understands the independence of women too well to a point where he doesn't realize when he's pushing a woman to be independent in her femininity. He's pushing her to remain a little more masculine and a little more tough in the moments where she needs to be feminine. If that makes sense. So I totally appreciate Maurice for saying, nah, I got you now. But he telling her to stay prayed up. She don't want to tell the girl, she said, because, and this is where I identify with Kimmy. Me and Kimmy might be twin flames because she said, I don't want to tell the girls because if I tell my friends and family, then everybody's going to overwhelm me with calls and love and prayers, and that's just going to make me sad. That is me. When my sister passed, And everybody kept saying, every time somebody said my condolences or I'm sorry or gave me a hug, it just tore another piece at me. It's weird. Maybe it's just how he is, our type of personalities. I don't know what kind it is, but it's just weird. And I totally understand. She just wants to wait till the results come out. Now, my situation, that's similar. Well, before that, he did reassure her because she said, I know you didn't sign up for this. And he said, baby, I signed up for everything. I'm going to be here no matter what. All the plans we've made, if you ain't there, it don't count. She wants to get a will, as you should, just to make sure things are in order. I'm here for it. Boom, my situation. A little over a month or so ago, I went to Mexico. I went to Mexico with my best friend. It was so random because she called me one day and was like, we should go on a trip. And I said, well, shit, I don't know, girl. Let me check my little finances or whatever. And she said, I got it. Paid for it, set the date, told me take leave, let's go. I'm like, oh, free trip? Bet. So we get ready for the trip. Time passed. We going on the trip having a gay old time, girl. We get off the airline, off of the aircraft, off the airplane, and we're walking through the doggone terminals. All of a sudden, she reads this text, and she couldn't keep her composure, so she runs into the bathroom. I run behind her. I'm like, what is wrong? What's going on with you? And then she told me that she had a biopsy done on a lump she found, and she just got the results that it was cancer, right? So me and my best friend is in the doggone bathroom at the airport crying our ass off. I'm trying to be very supportive and very, very strong for her, but I'm fucked up. I've been friends with my friend since 6th grade. Like, are you kidding me? That's my blood. You know what I'm saying? So she said she had told the doctor she didn't want to get the results while she was out where she is alone. She wanted to be around somebody. So that somebody just happened to be me. That put me in a space of Maurice. Like, you fucked up, but you got to be strong so these people could be strong or whatever. Long story short, because I ain't trying to drag this all out, my friend ended up getting a second opinion after I urged her. And the reason I did that was because she was defeated. She was in that defeated mindset, and my friend is the strongest girl I've ever seen, and I've never seen her so defeated. Like, she went through a range of emotions, both sad, both, you know what I mean, scared, all of that. I was scared too. Like, I'm scared like it's me, because that is me. Like, what you mean? So either way, she ends up getting a second opinion, got the second opinion, and it turns out it was a false diagnosis. Those are not cancerous. She's actually right now preparing to get a double mastectomy and then have breast implants put in. That way she won't have to worry about this scare again. What is the moral to this story? The moral to this story is black women, we dying younger and younger. And it's coming from this cancer that's coming up out of nowhere. I don't know what's going on. I know I'm pretty positive it's in our diet. It's in our emotional and mental health. Is in our what we drink, what we intake, all of it. Like, you know what I mean? Medication, vaccines, all of it. That's just my opinion. But I understand completely where Maurice is, because I was where he was. Kimmy basically said something to the effect of, I want to wait till after I get my diagnosis. That's a good idea. And then even after you get your diagnosis, Kimmy, get a second opinion. Because they were ready to start chemo on my best friend, immediately, until I urged her to get a second opinion. I understand totally what Maurice is going through. I empathize with Maurice, but I sympathize with Kimmy because I have not been in her shoes. Take care of yourself, ladies. Let's move to the next scene. We move on. It's the night of the damn peace party. Now, I ain't gonna lie, the setup was cute. The girls are sitting on the floor, as you see. They got a live orchestra out there. The girls done got the baritones, not the baritones, but whatever them people is that be playing the violin and the cello and all of that. So the girls arrived. When Kimmy arrived, she said, this is just what I needed. And it is. It really is. You need something like that. But Kimmy, I don't think it's going to end up like a peace party. But you knew that already. But she said she's not ready to tell the girls. She going to wait till she get her results. All right, so Mel comes, all the girls are there. When Tisha comes in, Mel kind of has this face on Tisha like, oh, Lord, here she go. And she lets us know again that she's not trying to be friends. Girl, okay, tell that to Stormy. We know you don't want to be Tisha friend. You've been saying that since season 1, girl. Okay, let's move on. Anyway, so when Tisha came in, Tisha was like, you know what? We both agreed not to do the social media thing. So anything we got to say, we're going to say it to each other's face. So this should be interesting. Okay. Now, Destiny arrived, and when she arrives with her cousin Demi. Now, you know, Stormy is a shady girl. She's a shady bitch. Stormy was like, oh, you bought a +1. Now, Destiny get in her confessional and say, girl, you know, the streets of Huntsville is real small, so I had to bring my cousin down here in case the girls want to rumble in the jungle. You get it? Mel was like, who brings security to a peace party? Not to mention, apparently, Demi and her husband, they know all about Mel and Martell, so maybe they used to be cool. I don't know. But long story short, girl, so Stormy don't like that. Stormy was like, you know, I really didn't extend the invitation to +1s. This is my home. This is my piece. Totally understand it. But Stormy was being real petty. Well, I had extra seats and extra food and all of that. Girl, you out of pocket. Let's move on. So, okay, they sit down. And basically, Stormy lets us know that she want to pick up where Kimmy left off with the Galentine. She said, listen, if me and Destiny could get back cool after all of that, Destiny about to throw a chair at me, they did the flashback and all of that, I feel like we all could be friends. I'm sorry. It's not that big of a deal. That's your problem. You want everybody to be friends. Everybody ain't friends. But anyway, they start off lighting sage, and they do their mantras. Okay, Mel says she want peace, love, and harmony. Destiny said cap. Destiny said she want to be thriving, and she's finally in a place where she's thriving and not surviving. Now, Mel could be glad about this because she said she know how hard the voice is and she know how it is to pick up the pieces from scratch. So do I. And she's very happy for Destiny that she's no longer on welfare that she claimed she was on a season or 2 ago. Anyway, so now it's Kimmy's turn, and she says she can do anything, and she can overcome anything, and she begins to cry. Now, this brings the red flags to the girls, because everybody knows one thing about Kimmy. Kimmy don't just, you know, cry like that. And Stormy goes over, can I give you a hug? And Kimmy was like, no. But Mel was like, she don't like hugs. And Mel get in her confessional and said, if Kimmy is crying, something is really wrong. But again, remember, Kimmy's not ready to share. So, boom. Stormy asked her if she wanted to share, and she said, not right now. And Stormy said, I respect that, and that was great for Kimmy, because Kimmy don't like her privacy invaded. Shout out to you, Kimmy. We move on. Now, Stormy introduces this game, how it go? What I think, what you heard, and what I meant. Everybody around the table think this is a bad game. Stormy, I thought this was the peace party. Why would you even bring that type of stuff up? But anyway, Stormy is the first one, and she addresses Destiny and asks her what she thought she heard or what she heard at the Galentine's. Basically, Destiny was like, girl, what I heard was you asking me 50 million times what happened. And I kept telling you, ask your friend, ask your friend. That's what I heard. And Stormy basically was like, look, my intention was not negative. I really did want to know what happened. But Stormy, you came off a little other ways. I'm sorry. Anyway, they asked Tiff if she had that experience, and at first she was just like, I don't know, not really. And then she was like, well, actually I did with Destiny. So Destiny, when I first came around you, and I told you, I thought you was the other girl that was with Love Aries, you had an attitude. You exaggerated and walked out. Missy Tiff, is your blockhead ass that crazy? You know that girl felt some type of way, wouldn't you? If somebody said, oh, I saw Lou and you down there at the movie theater, and turns out it wasn't you and Lou. It was Lou and somebody else. Girl, anybody would feel some type of way. Destiny even was like, look, that was just inappropriate what you did. That was the time when she said Monster was vaping in the bathroom. She's basically said it was inappropriate with what you did. Kimmy tries to get clarification because Tiffany don't understand. So she was like, Tiffany, are you saying that you were trying to figure out genuinely if that was her? So now Tiffany was like, yes. So she asked Destiny, she said, okay, Destiny, if in fact you already knew that was a mistake, would you still feel some type of way? Destiny says, absolutely, it was inappropriate. And Kimmy tries to explain to Messy Tiff, see, that's why it was an issue. It wasn't that you did it, it was just basically how you did it. Basically it was that you did it. That's what it was. But Messy Tiff don't understand. Girl, shut your ass up. Destiny lets us know it wasn't even nobody but Melanika. Now Melanika be around there with everybody's husbands. Melanika, how many marriages are you allegedly messing up? Because you with everybody's husbands when their wives ain't around there. I'm surprised the streets of Huntsville ain't beat your ass by now, Melanika. But this gives the girls a shot. They're like, what, Melanika? What? How they get together? No, they weren't together. They never dated. Basically, they were both the only two black people that get some sort of award. Girl, you better ask Labarius again why y'all divorced. He might tell you the truth. Anyway, so they asked Destiny, and she said, nah, I'm straight, skip me. And Tisha said, skip me and go to doggone Kimmy. And Kimmy was like, wait, how y'all skipping both of y'all? So now they asked Tisha, well, Tisha, you ain't never had no issues or nothing like that or whatever. And Tisha's whole thing is, I'm not saying nothing because the girl's not going to own it. Meaning Mel. Mel's not going to own any part of anything she's done, so she ain't got nothing to do. But they get to Mel, and Mel said, she brings up the fact that, you know, Destiny felt some type of way about her coming to Medina and not speaking. And she actually did speak to y'all both by name. Her and Tisha, I believe it was. Destiny don't remember all that. She don't remember that. She basically said, I didn't hear you say my name or speak or anything for that matter. They asked Destiny if it would be different if you, now that you know, or is it different now that you know she really did speak, you just didn't hear it? Destiny said, hell no. Same old, samesies. It is what the fuck it is. Destiny and Mel, figure this shit out, because I'm tired of y'all. Drop down in the comments and let me know what y'all thought about this week's episode. Please get checked up, ladies. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. Follow me on TikTok, and I will see you hoes later. My food is burning. Bye.
Mr. Carroll, how you give the voodoo doll time to talk? I don't get no fucking time to talk.
Who the voodoo doll is?
The nigga you just had up here.